said the same. He said the same thing. I don't believe, and he doesn't believe that there are kids because you don't yank around and use
Whoever
alleged.
heard of a baby bump or being so variable, and not to mention swinging from side to side. Oh, let's do the cha-cha, or shall we do chubby checker? Let's twist again like we never twisted.
Meghan and Prince Harry are in absolute shock. After years of carefully curated images and PR-crafted narratives, a truth bomb just dropped from the most unexpected place: the plane crew themselves. For years, the world was expected to accept the royal fairy tale without question. The doting parents, perfect children, the humanitarian power couple fighting for justice and privacy while basking in the limelight. But now that image is crumbling, because someone who witnessed their private moments during international travel has come forward with harrowing details about Meghan's treatment of her children.
Meghan refused to touch or look after Archie even once. She didn't look at him. She had zero interest when he was upset. And she expected the staff the entire time to take care of that baby.
And what really happened aboard that 2019 South Africa flight has sparked a tidal wave of speculation, outrage, and disbelief. According to respected journalist Dan Wooten, the source isn't a nameless insider or a bitter ex-staff member. It's a senior British Airways flight attendant with decades of experience, who witnessed Meghan's shocking behavior firsthand and felt morally compelled to speak up. She didn't seek the spotlight. She didn't ask for payment. She simply couldn't hold the secret any longer. She revealed that during the flight to South Africa, Meghan Markle never once interacted with her baby son, Archie. Not once. Not a glance, not a word, not a single maternal gesture. Instead, she expected the crew and royal nannies to handle everything, acting as if the child wasn't her responsibility. Hours in the sky, the transatlantic journey, a 4-month-old infant needing his mother, and Meghan stayed cold, detached, uninterested. This wasn't exhaustion. This wasn't postpartum stress. This was something more deeply unsettling. Crew members who've seen celebrities scream, cry, and even throw punches say they've never been so haunted by what they witnessed. One of them told Dan that it was as if there was no bond whatsoever between Meghan and her child. It wasn't just absence, it was complete emotional vacancy. That's the kind of revelation that sends a chill down your spine. And for Meghan and Harry, it's an image-shattering truth. But it gets even more twisted. According to this same flight attendant, Meghan's personality changed entirely based on whether Harry was around. When Harry was nearby, Meghan was charming, sweet, perfectly polite, but the moment he walked away, she transformed into someone else. A person the crew describes as rude, cold, and disturbingly detached. This kind of behavior is not new. Palace staff have said it. Former aides have said it. Now flight crew are backing it up. The Duchess is not who she pretends to be. Even more damning, Meghan has a history of diva behavior on planes that goes way back, years before she ever met Prince Harry. Dan Wooten found multiple American Airlines employees who confirmed Meghan was already notoriously difficult, demanding free upgrades while flying economy, treating airline staff with utter contempt, and acting like a celebrity long before the world knew her name. One staffer put it plainly: she was the worst celebrity we ever had to serve. And that says everything. Meghan didn't become this way because of the palace. The tiara didn't change her. The royal pressure didn't make her cold. This is who she's always been. And yet, the most jaw-dropping twist isn't even about her behavior. It's about the children. For years, whispers have swirled about Meghan's pregnancies. From the oddly moving baby bump to the near-total secrecy surrounding both births, nothing has ever sat right with royal watchers. But now, thanks to Lady Colin Campbell and the Markle family themselves, those whispers are turning into loud allegations. Let's start with Lady Colin, who openly stated that she brought these concerns directly to palace officials. Her reason? The number of messages she received from people questioning Meghan's pregnancies was so overwhelming that she felt she had a duty to raise the red flag. And then came the bombshell from Meghan's own father, Thomas Markle. Through his daughter Samantha, Thomas admitted that he doesn't believe the children even exist. Why? 'Cause 9 months before Archie was allegedly born, Meghan reportedly picked up her frozen eggs. Samantha added that her father was never told directly by Meghan that she was pregnant. He found out the same way the public did, through the media. What kind of daughter doesn't tell her father she's expecting?
For it to be liked, but doesn't want to change anything about who she is in terms of just being authentic. And I think she has to make these little stunts to make herself seem like
a daughter who's hiding something. Thomas didn't say this lightly. In fact, his words suggest deep emotional confusion. He has expressed a desire to meet his grandchildren, but now even he questions whether Meghan ever gave birth to them at all. His doubts are not coming from tabloids. They're based on first-hand knowledge, real dates, and cold facts. And that leads to the biggest scandal of all. The surrogates were used. Why lie about it? Meghan's refusal to address these rumors only fuels the fire.
Being so variable, and not to mention swinging from side to side. Oh, let's do the cha-cha, or shall we do chubby checker? Let's twist again like we never...
Lady Colin herself pointed out that Meghan could have simply said, "Yes, we used a surrogate." There would be no scandal in that honesty. But instead, she put on the pregnancy act for the cameras, created moments for the press, and acted like the glowing mom-to-be. Which leads us to the most uncomfortable reality. The children themselves may be props. According to insiders and flight crew alike, Meghan's interactions with Archie and Lilibet are limited to staged photos and public appearances. She shows up for the cameras, poses just long enough to create the illusion of a devoted mother, and then hands the kids off to nannies. She's weaponized motherhood to control her public image, pulling the kids out when she needs sympathy, then screaming privacy when the attention isn't flattering. And remember that
he said the same thing. I don't believe, and he doesn't believe, that there are kids, because you don't yank around and use alleged children.
She was not born at the hospital where all royal births take place.
Right.
And we were lied to about the timing and when she apparently went into labor. I was covering all of that very
viral story of Meghan allegedly giving a handwritten note to an American Airlines flight attendant. Turns out it was a PR stunt, a coordinated campaign to spin the narrative and counteract the backlash. Dan Wooten pointed out that airline staff are legally bound to confidentiality.
Being so variable, and not to mention swinging from side to side. Oh, let's do the cha-cha, or shall we do chubby checker? Let's twist again like we never twisted before.
They can't share personal notes or stories about celebrity passengers, but this one just magically went viral, right as damning reports about Meghan's behavior toward flight staff were starting to surface. Too convenient, too fake, too desperate. This orchestrated stunt used hard-working crew members, the same ones she mistreats, as pawns. Meghan knew they couldn't defend themselves. She knew their hands were tied, and she exploited that silence to paint herself as gracious and kind. That's not just fake, that's manipulative on a dangerous level. The most painful part in all of this is how far Meghan has gone to protect an image, while showing so little regard for the people who get caught in her wake, the staff, her father, even her own children. She wears motherhood like a costume, and for Meghan, it's never about authenticity, it's about optics. As one royal insider put it, Meghan is desperate to be liked but refuses to change. And when people don't buy into the fantasy, she goes on the attack, blaming the press, the palace, the public, anyone but herself. But now the cracks are showing. Airline crew are talking. Royal insiders are stepping up. Even her own family is done protecting her. What we're witnessing is not the dismantling of a fairy tale. It's the exposure of a fraud. The British public and the world are waking up. People are no longer asking if Meghan lied. They're asking, how deep does the deception go? And most importantly, where does Prince Harry fit into all of this? Was he a victim, an accomplice, or just a puppet in her long game? One thing is clear. With so many revelations pouring out from credible sources, the royal institution is on the edge of a crisis. If these children were not born the way the public was told, then every tradition, every line of succession, every trust placed in the monarchy is at stake. And that is a level of betrayal Britain has never seen before. The world is watching. Palace is silent. And Meghan and Harry? They're reportedly in complete shock. But maybe it's not the kind of shock that comes from injustice. Maybe, just maybe, it's the shock of being caught. And as the layers of secrecy continue to peel away, only one question remains. What else are are they hiding? This has been another deep dive from the Buzz Loop, your go-to source for celebrity truths the mainstream won't touch. What do you believe is really happening with Meghan, Harry, and their mysterious royal offspring? Is this the biggest royal cover-up in modern history? Let us know your thoughts below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss what's next. 'Cause on the Buzz Loop, we don't just watch the headlines. We expose the secrets behind them.